Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Shalom, Hotep. Assalamu Allah. Peace to the gods and earths. I'm your brother in the struggle, Brother Minister Alifullah. And today, family, we're going to cover COINTELPRO versus the conscious community. Let me just summarize this real briefly for you. The devil forces have been 98% successful in targeting every black organization on the face of the planet Earth. If you was to reflect over the past, let's just take 10 years. Over the past 10 years, they came at the Hebrews, the Nation of Islam. And when I say Nation of Islam, I wouldn't care if you was with Farrakhan, Salas Muhammad, Levi Kareem, John Muhammad, Jeremiah Shabazz, Minister Avery, Minister Hamza, every branch of the Nation of Islam. The 5% nation of gods and earths, not some, all of our Pan-African brothers and sisters, our beloved Moors, the financial advisors, the real estate scientists, the vegetarian vegans from Dr. Sebi to Dr. Africa, the hip hop community. There is no limit to it. Politics, I don't care what it is. They have knowingly, intentionally, and systematically shut the individual leadership down and those organizations down. They have neutralized them or destroyed them. And yet, we keep going for the okie doke. We keep going for the devil's tricknology. The same tricknology that has been used for the past 6,000 years to divide African against African, to divide the Indians against the Pakistanis, to divide this tribe against that tribe, the dark skin against the light skin, the old against the young, to divide the women against the men, to divide the black against the white, to divide the educated against the uneducated, to divide the free from the prisoners. This is how the 10% rich or the known 1%ers, the rich, the corporate slave makers rule the world. This is how a minority is easy to hypnotize and put a spell upon the masses and rule them in perpetuity. Because we are divided against ourselves. Let me take you back, because, most of you are not old enough to understand or have been around during the origins of what's known as the counterintelligence program, or the short version, COINTELPRO. All right. And when I say COINTELPRO, I'm not a religious fanatic. I'm not an extremist. I live by the principles of peace, truth, freedom, justice, and equality. I believe in the ancient concept of Ma'at, just universal values. We want our good to outweigh our bad. Now, that's everyone on earth. So I don't hate white people. I'm not a terrorist or a radical or any of that. But I'm a human being on the planet Earth trying to help human beings do the best we can as human beings. I believe in the human potential. I believe that human beings, if we get rid of all our junk, all of our divisions and chaos and confusion and greed and our lower self, we literally would start to master the universe. We would be walking on other planets, building civilization, networking all around the universe. If there's some intelligent beings out there, we would have met them by now. They like, we don't want to meet y'all wild, crazy jokers on Earth. Y'all pollute your planet. Y'all can't find agreements amongst yourselves. It's like the black ones hate the black ones. The white ones hate everything. The Indians, it's just chaos and confusion because of the way we're thinking. but we're thinking according to the way that we were programmed to think. So you have to literally reprogram your mind. You got to literally turn the world upside down to make sense of all this stuff. So let's look at a couple of well-known and documented realities. All right, this is COINTELPRO. I personally don't agree with what everyone says, and you shouldn't agree with everything that I say. You should piece it apart. You should analyze it, deputize it, scrutinize it, and reach your own conclusions. Okay? You should take, and if you're more fanciful, put it in your own fancy words. Now, I mean, make it plainer if you want to use more simpler language for the people. Now, I mean, but let's just look at some basic stuff that we can all just verify. COINTELPRO, this is some basic quotes from Wikipedia. It was established in 1956 to 1971. I definitely believe it was established thousands of years before that. They just didn't call it COINTELPRO. And we're going to get into that in a spiritual sense in a minute. And they say it ended in 1971 because they got caught. You know what I mean? But it's 2023, and it's worse today than it was back then. We now got Chat GPT, we got AI, and I'm not against technology. I'm using technology to share knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with you right now. But Chat GPT or artificial intelligence, there's a lot of hoopla, a lot of underestimation, a lot of overestimation. People look at, oh, it's going to be the end of the world. You're going to get the mark of the beast. And everyone on the earth had the mark of the beast for the past 6,000 years. The New World Order been here. What we're trying to do is make a planet that's not as polluted as today. We're trying to produce a population that is not as divided as it is today. We want a planet where people are not homeless, sleeping on the streets. Now, I mean, people are not illiterate. Now, I mean, people are not violent. They're not hungry. I mean, they're not sick. Now, I mean, these are things that human beings can quickly and easily eliminate from the planet Earth, covering 196,940,000 square miles with a sky that's 6 miles high. If we change our way of thinking, okay? So in this Chat GPT and artificial intelligence, or AI as it's generally known, now, I mean, you gotta make the best out of any situation. That's what a soldier do. You take the best parts and you leave off the negative parts. You see, somebody drops some jewels. You know what I mean? You be like, okay, when the miner go out there in the gold mine, and he or she is digging. I mean, they find a diamond in the mud. They find a gold nugget in the riverbed on a rock or something of that nature. They find an emerald or ruby, sapphire, whatever the case may be. They don't focus on the mud. They don't focus on the rock. They cast that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Of course, it's more mud and more rocks and more dirt than it is gems. But I'm trying to get to this gem. When you turn on YouTube, it's going to be a whole bunch of nonsense out there, a whole bunch of bullcrap, tricknology, ignorance, spookism, superstition, division, classism, sexism, racism. It's all there. But also, there's conscious things. There's nuggets that you can take and internalize and use to build yourself from within, without, to establish wealth and health and information and love and unity and consciousness. That's the purpose, the original purpose of us trying to wake up and get conscious, if you will. Okay, so it's a two-edged sword. Now, I mean, you can use the sun to grow the flowers, to activate the melanin in your skin, to give you the vitamin D. Or you can use that sun and put a laser on it and start a fire and burn somebody's house down. You can use that same sun to cause a drought and kill all the animals and destroy the wheat and grape fields out there in the field. Okay, so your niyat, as it is called in the Arabic language, or your intention, is what needs to be really looked at here. Now, I mean, my intention is simple. It's plain. It's consistent. I've been teaching this for 40 years, the same stuff. I believe that The messenger's message will guide us through this age of mess. Real simple. Know what I mean? I believe that the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad are not some cult or exclusive teaching. I believe that the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad includes the teachings of Marcus Messiah Garvey, includes the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, includes the teachings of the Bible, includes the teachings of the Holy Quran, includes the teachings of Pan-Africanism, includes the teachings of economics, includes the teachings of self-defense, includes the teachings of political justice. It includes anything in the universe covering 238 quintillion, 640 quadrillion miles as it vibrates from the positive or proton atom or in the field of positive energy, or what we call our Khalik, or the Creator, Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, whatever name you want to call it. We say the black man is God. So let me look at this here real quick. Remember, now COINTELPRO traditionally was established in 1956. It ended technically in 1971. The purpose of it was to be a covert or secret and illegal projects that was aimed at using illegal surveillance, meaning they would, like, as the scriptures teach us, the devil sees you from whence you see them not. I mean, it's like it's nothing that you're going to be able to do with that. Now, I mean, it's satellites orbiting around the earth, videotaping you right now. They're doing it for years. I mean, you're like, well, they can't see me. I'm in my house. No, the infrared heat from your body can be seen. We just seen last week when the young man reportedly left out of Chester County Prison illegally, and they went to hunt him down. What did they do? They used infrared heat from in a helicopter to see through all of those trees and branches and all that, and they seen the infrared heat of his body, and the computer actually mapped it all out for him. Now, I mean, it's like you may think that the devil don't see you or know you. It's like, man, this is a trillion times worse than what I'm telling you today. See, when you hear people like on you, you know what I mean, artificial intelligence check, don't believe the hype, family. Think about it. The internet, for example. They had the internet a generation before you and I had access to that internet. If you see some chat GPT, if you see some artificial intelligence, do you honestly think that you had access to it before Homeland Security, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Central Intelligence Agency, the American government, the Russian government, the Chinese government, the Japanese government, the Indian government, the Arab? Do you honestly think the rich and powerful, those, like we be like, I went to college, those that established the colleges, those that wrote the books that you're reading, those that gave the degrees to you that say, oh, I got a college degree. You don't think the professors, the scientists, the messenger teaches us that the white man is a god too. You don't think the gods of America are so naive that they would give you access to some new technology such as social media or artificial intelligence, and they didn't already master that decades ago? It's naive, family. Come on. Now, I mean, it's like, come on. Keep your street smarts with you. You want to be righteous, keep your attribute. You want to be our leaf, but stay Ace Money. Don't let them, I mean, you got to know good and evil, darkness and light, family. You got to know God and the devil. Whether that God is white or black, or that devil is white or pitch black. You see? Otherwise, you'll find yourself in a situation where you be like, look at this, let's get in. It's a Ku Klux Klan, get in. You pull a Klan robe head off, and it's a brother up under there. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. The black devil is worse than the white devil, 7 times worse. Why? Where by nature, we have 7 mind dimensions. Master Muhammad said we had the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, the soul, the self, and the will. So when we consciously become other than ourselves, we become our own worst enemies. So this COINTELPRO, it was aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting domestic American political organizations. That's the conclusion of, the experts, if you will. But think about that for a minute. Surveilling. One of the things Malcolm X explained in his autobiography, he was like, he's like, I'm beefing with the fruit right now. I'm beefing with members of the Nation of Islam right now. Now, I mean, I got a disagreement with different things right now, but I know what they can do and what they can. It's like, I'm all the way over in Egypt, and these dudes following me. I'm getting poisoned all the way. They like the nation. They ain't got no money like that. They the 5%. They poor righteous teachers. Now, I mean, it's like, J. Edgar Hoover and them was like, listen, we infiltrated every temple in the United States of America. Every brother is not a brother just because his skin color, as Public Enemy wisely put it in hip-hop songs. Know what I mean? So you had brothers in FOI uniforms. They be right there on front rostrum posts at Savior's Day. First time Muhammad's temple, sir. They know to do the search procedure better than you. Be like, you know your fruit lesson? Fruit is best. It's concentrated. They know lessons. They vegan. They eat 1 meal a day. They strong. They got money. That don't mean that some of them ain't FBI agents. I mean, it's like in the belly of the beast, they're known as confidential sources of information, CSIs. I mean, they literally be like, you be like arguing your John, and they like, the fruit that was with you, what I mean? Like something happened, and they like, you like, I'm filing for my discovery. I need this, that. And they like, your brother snitched. They trying to get out of jail on you. You know what I mean? They setting this. You be like, for real? The struggle is real, fam. You get spooky in this thing if you want. Only the strong going to survive. You know what I mean? Only the strong survives, family. You know what I mean? And see, the devil know the real ones. You see? You can tell the real ones because Satan has no power over them. Think about it. The Bible teaches us what? Resist the devil and he will flee from you. You see? The Holy Quran teaches us the same thing, just in a different way. The Holy Quran teaches us that Shaitan, or Satan, the devil, has no power over you unless you give it to him. So when you put on the whole armor of God, you strap. I mean, I know who I am. And I know who you are. And they hit you with everything. Wipe the dust off your shoulder. Like, I'm still growing in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I'm more faithful in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad today than I was yesterday. I get more money today than I did yesterday. You ain't stopping the true followers of Master Farad Muhammad. You're a foolish, spooky mortal. I mean, when you're dead and gone, we're going to be successful. Our future generations will be here building right here in this universe, as I said, covering 238 quintillion, 640 quadrillion miles. So here it is. They want to use surveillance. They want to keep their eyes on you. They want to get with your own family and friends and be like, what he talking about? What that nigga talking about? What he saying over there? What he doing? You know what I mean? What he planning? So you got to be careful. You got to be so careful today. You can't even put brothers and sisters. You be like, brother so-and-so wrote me, so-and-so called me. But if you respond, they don't realize the level of surveillance. It's like, anything I say to you, I'm saying to them. So they be like, damn, Wildleaf don't, you don't even really talk on the phone like that. I mean, experience. You better take a page out of my book if you plan on living through this. If you plan on winning in the war Armageddon and surviving this thing, real gods do real things, brother. Her sister, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, and that whole narrative in the Holy Quran about Moses and Kadir, the green angel, the wise man, you know what I mean? The one that was given life. What did he tell Musa? He told Moses, like, nah, homie, you ain't ready to soldier with me. Moses was like, what? What you mean? Know what I mean? Come on, let me soldier. I want to soldier with you, God. You know what I mean? You going to find me loyal, faith. I ain't going to question you. You know, I'm going to be a true living soldier. He like, I love you, I respect you, but I know when this thing get hot, the realness of these devils, they'll have you thinking that God is the devil and that the devil is God. They'll have you thinking, I'm your enemy and the white man is your brother. They'll have you believing that those that physically died are still alive and those that's alive should be dead. They'll have your mentality completely backwards. So the angels of Allah are not here to dispute truth. The angels of Allah are not here to play games with this thing. You see? So when you be like, yo, why is Moses trying to soldier with this wise man according to the Kitab or the Holy Quran? He wanted to elevate and move the way that wise man was moving. But the wise man, Kadir, was like, Moses is a good dude, but I don't think he's ready for this. Moses thought that he was ready. So against his own better judgment, out of love for his brother, the wise man, Musa, start rolling together. And everything that the wise man warned Moses about why he should not be able to travel with him came to pass. Because Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. So when he seen that wise man kicking holes in the boat, Moses sided with the pirates. Oh, he must be a terrorist. What are he doing? He's wrecking the ship. You're destroying the ship. You're destroying the nation of Islam. Who gave you authority? Who gave you authority to write that, to teach that, to do that? It's like, get your spooky behind out of here. Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't going to question no more. You right. Know what I mean? Then when he see him helping the enemy, he like, yo, that boy wouldn't even give us no food and water, and you going to build her house, fix her wall? You're like, yo, it's things you just don't get, shorty. It's the bag is in the wall. I ain't worrying about her. I'm worrying about her son. His father was my brother. He died in the struggle. I want to make sure shorty going to be all right in the future. I ain't worried about the present. I'm trying to pave a way for the future. I'm trying to make sure he get more gold for his labor in reality. But there you go, questioning my mythology again. Questioning my concepts. But I done showed and proved to you that I'm a true and living God. Showed and proved it countless times. You go ahead and do your thing. I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. Oh, no, I still want to soldier with her. And what do the Holy Quran teach us? A body jumped off. Moses like, oh, this joker didn't kill somebody. I don't know that. Now he ready to go to COINTELPRO and sing like canary. You're like, yo, that was him. I had nothing to do with that. Know what I mean? That joker slew some. That's these things are put there in the Quran, not by a mystery guy, but by our ancestors. Our lessons teaches us what in Lost Found Muslim lesson number 2. Section 1. Who made the Holy Quran or Bible? How long ago? Will you tell us, why does Islam ignore history every 25,000 years? Answer. The Holy Quran or Bible is made by the original people, who is Allah, the supreme being, a black man of Asia. Think about that. No mystery God wrote these scriptures. 24 scientists, 23 actually did the editing and technical, but the 24th is the actual judge over the other 23, and he's the God of gods. Know what I mean? And he officiates and certifies like, okay, we're going to ride with this script for the next 25,000 years. Okay? So in the scriptures, we see that Moses and this wise man is a lesson for me, for you, for our enemies, and our friends. COINTELPRO, remember, established in 1956, ended purportedly in 1971. Let's review this again. It was a covert or secret and illegal. I'm not saying it's illegal because, keep in mind, out of respect for the sincere FBI agents that's like, yo, we here to uphold the Constitution, to protect the borders and safeguard the American way of life. We're going to protect our leaf, the white guys, the Ku Klux Klan, the Nation of Islam, whoever. I mean, you got officers of law that's like, I'm just trying to do my job, all right? But you have bad apples, whatever. But you also can have a rotten barrel, okay? COINTELPRO has justification in national security. I mean, I turned on the news the other day. I mean, you see a bunch of people coming across your borders. You're like, I mean, now, when I see a bunch of people coming across the border, I gotta look at both sides. I gotta look at it from that side. Now, I mean, they like, where's they got people coming across the river from Guatemala, and it's like, these is poor people, most of them. I mean, they really is just trying to find a better lifestyle on the face of the planet Earth. Now, I mean, and you'd be like, damn, this is a bad effect. But we can't forget the cause. Why are they illegal immigrants? They're illegal immigrants because some illegal immigrants came from Europe, came over here, and destroyed their way of life and stole their land and cut up their land and they put up a wall, they put up some fake borders. This part of Mexico and the Indian land is now going to be called Texas, and we're going to call this Nevada and California and Utah and Pennsylvania and New York. They stole the Indians and African stuff and made the original inhabitants, the natives, the aboriginal people of the Western Hemisphere, the enemy, and said, oh, y'all are coming across the land that your ancestors had for at least 16,000 years, but our ancestors just came over here and took your stuff. That's like somebody burglarizing your house, duct taping you, killing your family, eating the food in your refrigerator, sleeping in your bed, and put you on a reservation or tell you can stay in the basement. And when you get freezing cold down there, you come upstairs. They like, what you doing, homie? You coming in my living room. You coming in my space. You're an illegal immigrant. You're a burglar. You can't come breaking up in my... Like, yo, this is my house, remember? What is you talking about? You should be like, damn, we did y'all wrong. You know what we going to do? We're going to get rid of all this racism and sexism and classism. And technically, you be justified in kicking us out of here and getting your house back in order the best you can. But you're such a kind-hearted person. Africans have such a heart of gold. We know that y'all would be like, all right, let's all just try to live together. All right, this is what we're going to do. Y'all live over here. Y'all get this room. We get this room. They're not even doing that. Humanity won't even do that. Humanity is as a whole is still under this 1%, these 10%, the rich slave makers of the poor. So those that was using surveilling, spying on us, infiltrating, causing dissension amongst the ranks and discrediting, of course, they're going to slander you. They're going to try to make the people hate you because they know that if the people start listening to you, they're going to start waking up. They want to keep the people asleep, okay? And, they're going to disrupt. If these tactics didn't work, what did they start doing? Our history has been they assassinated us. They put us in prison. They put you in concentration camps. They give you a disease. They give you drugs and sex and alcohol and let you kill yourself. They put you under so much duress, so much dissatisfaction, so much anxiety, so much depression. You blow your own brains out. And that thing is like, let's keep the gravy train moving. All right. Now let's look at some of the people that they targeted. Now people don't understand. COINTELPRO should not be confused with the regular FBI, like the ones that was like trying to do that job. Like you had FBI agents that's like, Emmett Till got killed. What you mean? These corrupt ass sheriffs, we going down there and find out who killed him and find his body and do what we gotta do to break this nonsense up. They was trying to do the right thing. But of course you're gonna have a few greedy, unscrupulous people. Now, I mean, it's just like in the Nation of Islam. You can't take a corrupt fruit and say, oh, the Nation of Islam was corrupt. That wouldn't be fair to us. So I'm not trying to do that to the FBI or the CIA or Homeland Security, whatever. Know what I mean? But it's like, you do have those corrupt ones. I mean, I'm talking about the 10%. I mean, I put them in a category in and of themselves. I'm talking about the rich slave makers of the poor who teach the poor lies. To believe that the almighty, true, and living God is a spook and cannot be seen by the physical eye. All right? So I'm a 5%. I'm a poor righteous teacher who's not believing the teachers of the 10%. Okay? I'm trying to help the 85%, the masses, the mentally dead. The 85% mentally dead are not black people. The 85% mentally dead are black people in America, Native American, Indian, Boricuan, Taino, Hispanic, Latino, Puerto Rican, whatever nomenclature or scientific name you want to use. They cover the people on the little island of Cuba, the people on the big mother continent of Africa, the Arabia, India, China, Japan, Korea, Australia, wherever you're at. I want peace, truth, freedom, justice. You have a right to live. It's like I don't think I'm gonna ever save the world. That's not my naive intent, but I do my part, and I try to get others to do that part because I believe that we collectively can make a change. That don't just include human beings. That include the sky, family. We can't be polluting the planet. I mean, we can't just be like putting pollution in the oceans. Can't just be killing all the fish. You see what I'm saying? You can't just, I'm a hunt an animal. For what? Because I'm in the snow and I need some fur to stay alive. I get it. Do your thing, hunt. But don't just be killing animals just to kill an animal because you want to put their head up on the wall as a trophy. That's so evil. That's so inhumane. That's not of God. That is of the devil on earth. That's producing hell on earth when you can produce heaven right here on earth. The kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in your mind or as it is in heaven. All right. So these COINTELPRO agents, they went after the Ku Klux Klan. They went after the feminist movement, as they was known, the Communist Party, anything with anti-war, not just Vietnam, any anti-war protesters, civil rights, Dr. Martin King, Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, whoever. Now, I mean, Medgar Evers, they went after the Black Panther Party, the old Black Panther Party. They went after Dr. Khalid, the new Black Panther Party. They went after the Nation of Islam, any branch of the Nation of Islam. They went after the environmentalists, the animal rights people, the American Indian movement or AIM. They went after the Chicanos, the Mexican Americans, even the United Farm Workers, the Puerto Rican independents, etc., etc. That's just, I just watched the news today and they just was breaking down how in 2023, After 20 years of knowing about this, American women make 80% of what American men make for having the same knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the same job skill, doing the same job. They get 80%. It's hard for us to really wrestle with that, to grasp that. Let me put in some real simple, plain language for you. Here is a black sister and a black brother. And here is a white woman and a white man, and they're childhood friends, hypothetically speaking. Imagine this. Just bear with me for a minute here. They went to elementary school together. They went to junior high, or what they call now middle schools or whatever, remedial schools together. They went to high school together. They went to college together. They graduated with the exact same grade point average. They think alike, basically. You know what I mean? Same information, program, education or whatever. They got the same inducements, all right? They go to the exact same hospital. They got the exact same degrees from the exact same college. They're both doctors. When the hospital hire the black male doctor or the white male doctor, they make $100,000 a year. The black woman doctor and the white woman doctor that's doing the exact same job in the exact same hospital with the exact same degrees make $80,000 a year. They get paid 20% less than their male counterparts. In a conscious world, you would expect the women to come together. You would expect the women to file a class action lawsuit, to go before the U.S. Supreme Court, to get with the Congress, the Senate, Biden, Trump. What y'all going to do about this 80% pay rate, this 20% disparity in payments? It's like, nah, ain't nothing happening. It's a news bite and all that, but 2 years from now, women still be getting 80% pay. Why? Because the 10% are known as the 1% to most of you. The 10% rich slave makers of the poor. You got to look at it from that side. Now I'm talking as Ace Money, the gangster side. Street, let's talk a little street stuff here. See, I understand the devil side too. You got to look at it as a playing devil's advocate, if you will. The males is saying, the rich males, say Masons, Shriners, the 1%, the rich CEOs of the various humongous corporations, they understand, wait a minute. I'm talking about equal pay. Is he crazy? Do he logically understand what would happen if we had equal pay in the United States of America? Women just got the right to vote within the last 100. They just got jobs in the United States of America. They just was allowed to smoke in the United States of America, okay? So there never was no equal rights, and we're all some mystery God's children, and, you know, we have inalienable rights and all this other spooky stuff these white guys wrote in that so-called Constitution, that they even stole that information from third world so-called countries, know what I mean? But realistically and practically, I understand they looking at the mathematics and looking at the math of it's like, yo, statistically, women make 80% of what men make. Really what they saying is white women make 80% of what white men make. Because if you hear statistics from the professionals, the system, the government, and they tell you women make 80% of what men make, what they really mean in plain language, white women get 80 cents off a dollar. All right, that's what they really mean. Black women, that means y'all must be making what? I'll give y'all probably like 65%, 70% in if you really assert yourself. I mean, you know. But imagine, look at your check. You get the check coming. Say it's just one yearly check. The man gets this done. They grew up together. They got the same degrees. They do the same jobs. Sister's probably working harder than the brothers, but say she get her paycheck, he get his, and he's like, oh, I got 100,000. She like, they only gave me 80,000. I mean, she got 20% less. I mean, it's like, wait a minute, that's a lot of money, $20,000. See, in the percentage, it don't really register too much. It's like women make 20% less than men who get the 400%. Know what I mean? But when you look at it in dollars and cents in your bank account, you're looking at your checking account, you know what I mean? And they direct deposit your money. And say the husband and wife is married and he got he'd be like, oh, the checks came today. And be like, oh, we got direct deposit. And she opened up her envelope. He opened up his mail. He's like, oh, I got mine. Oh, I got 100,000. Oh, they only gave me 80,000. She would wonder, like, why only get 80,000? That don't make sense. He'd be like, well, on the 100,000, I had to pay taxes. You know what I mean? She like, well, on my 80,000, I also had to pay taxes. So at the end of the day, they stealing 30, 40, half your darn check in the wilderness of North America. I mean, this is how the system operates. Know what I mean? And as long as they could keep us distracted, I mean, as long as they could keep us arguing and fighting and killing each other, they going to keep doing what they doing. You see? It's like the conscious community has to get back to basics. What do I mean by back to basics? If you took the time and did an analysis, just do analysis on all the conscious videos, say from 10 years ago, you see all these brilliant, strong, beautiful, united, successful brothers and sisters in the struggle. They out there for our people. They help in the community, building. I mean, it's like, I'm talking about all of them. I used to love the Christian preachers dropping jewels, the Pan-Africans. You had the Hebrews, the Moors, the Nation, the 5%ers holding parliaments. Now, I mean, the new Black Panther Party, it was no limit to even conscious hip-hop, everybody dropping jewels. And then it seems like it was just by chance that these rappers are starting to beef with each other. They starting to argue. Like, they're not seeing, as the Holy Quran say, vie with one another in what's right. They now beefing with negativity. Like, yo, they arguing, they fighting, they killing each other. The conscious community, it's like, yo, I can't find the Pan-Africans teaching Pan-Africanism. They're arguing with another group. They're talking about another brother, another sister. They're arguing and fighting and killing amongst themselves. I used to love hearing the Hebrews break that Bible down. They had me going through my life. Oh, that's in the Bible? Whoa, that's deep. You know what I mean? Now they want the Hebrews arguing with another group. The Nation of Islam debating this minister against that minister. Oh, if you ain't with Farrakhan, you ain't with Solace. Oh, this is the Son of Man. This is John Muhammad. I'm with Jeremiah Shabazz. I'm with Minister Mutaquan. You got fruit and MGTs that let what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in Message to the Black Man in 1965. He warned it. He said, one of the laws or tricks of Dr. Yaqub Shabazz was go into the people's homes and tell them you heard the neighbor talking or gossiping about them last night. Psst, 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 psst. And once you have them fighting and arguing and killing each other, you come in as the peacemaker and you can rule both sides. You see? This is what they doing with all of our geniuses. Brothers and sisters that was dropping jewels to show you how to get paper, to get this get to the bag so you could do something for yourself and your family and your people. Can't do it. Everybody arguing with each other now. Know what I mean? Those that was giving us the real estate game. Instead of us getting land and getting properties and investing in ourselves, everybody in confusion. fighting and arguing and killing each other. See? Instead of dropping jewels, I mean, the black man God, the black woman, she's the earth. I mean, I be the son who gives birth to the earth. The secondary reflects the first. Dropping jewels. Now, everybody want to dispute. Oh, if you ain't in Mecca, if you ain't in Jerusalem, if you ain't from Medina, divide and conquer, family. See? This is happening not just amongst the conscious community in the United States of America. It's happening worldwide. Let me read something, and I'll close out with this real quick. I want to read something from the Department of Supreme Wisdom. It's Lost Found Muslim Lesson Number 1, Part 2, Section 4. The question is, why did we run Yaqub and his maid devil from the root of civilization over the hot desert into the cave of West Asia, as they now call it, Europe? What is the meaning of you and Ru? How long ago? What did the devil bring with him? What kind of life did he live? And how long before Musa came to teach the devil of the forgotten tricknology? Answer: because they had started making trouble among the righteous people, telling lies. They accused the righteous people, causing them to fight and kill one another. Yaqub was an original black man and was the father of the devil. He taught the devils to do this devilishment. The root of civilization is in Arabia at the holy city Mecca, which means where wisdom and knowledge of the original man first started when the planet was found. We ran the devils over the Arabian desert. We took from them everything except the language and made him walk every step of the way. It was 2,200 miles. He went savage and lived in the caves of Europe. U means hillsides, and rope is the rope to bind in. It was 6,019 years ago. Musa came 2,000 years later and taught him how to live a respectful life, how to build a home for himself, and some of the tricknology that Yaqub taught him, which was devilishment, telling lies, stealing, and how to master the original man. Musa was a half original, a prophet, which was predicted by the 23 scientists in the year 1, 15,019 years ago today. The struggle continues. Remember, only the messenger's message will guide us through this age of mess. Peace.